we operate about 1,000 acres here in Parowan Valley. A guy in our valley bought one and right next door to us, and we started watching it. Started watching what he was doing, and we went over there one hot afternoon, and he was baling hay, and we couldn't believe our eyes what was coming out of the back of that hay baler. He was out there making these beautiful bales even after the hay had been rained on, and there was so much leaf retention when he was baling that we were really surprised by that, and that started getting the wheels turned, thinking, you know, this will even be good when hay gets rained on second crop.
One of the phone calls that I think my dad made, and we talked to Brent Hunter face to face, and he said, I can put up 500 acres of hay in one day with one machine in a 24-hour period. He said, I have put that up. And he said, so you tell me if it's worth it.
And Dave Staheli happened to drive up to our farm one day and started talking to us about steamers and everything, and you know, he said we had a baler sitting there actually that had a bale sticking out of the back of it that we had baled the night before, and it was pretty. It was third crop hay. And he said, I can sell you a steamer and you can have hay that looks like that all the time. You know, we just kept hearing these stories, positive stories about the steamer, and so we finally, well, that day Dave was there. We said, hey, you know, we want to buy a steamer.
If you've got a storm coming and the hay's ready, you go to work. And then when everybody else is out there getting rained on hay, you've got your hay in the barn.
Well, this thing won't let you sleep. You just go and go and go. The first night I got on that steamer, the first big night, I think I was on it for 9 to 10 hours.
And Dave's got that thing set up just awesome in there, in the cab, and you can adjust everything right from the cab, and you just bale hay. And it changes everything. I remember we talked to that about Don Roberts. He's like, I'm trying to figure out the capacity of what these steamers will do, because it changes everything. How much you cut that day, how much you rake two or 3 days later. And so that's changed for us, and we're, like he said, once you get on that thing, there's not any downtime. You just go, go, go. And but at the end of the day, you're done.
You get in there, and it's user friendly. I mean, you've got this screen, and it's just basically this is on, this is off, and if you want to move the amount of steam you're putting in maybe the lower nozzles or in the upper nozzle, whatever, it's just a simple matter of going up and down like that. And it was really a user-friendly thing. All of that apprehension just was gone in a matter of really minutes.
It's just a complete game changer. That's the word I keep telling everybody, that it's completely changed the game on our farm and how we put up hay.
We went out on a piece of hay that had been down really a little longer than we usually let hay sit. And you know, when you pick it up, you hay growers all know what it looks like. It's just you know, crunchy, and you go like this and the leaves would just fall out. Well, we start going up and down this patch, and we'd bale 2 or 3 bales. Said, let's get out and look at one of them. And you get out there, and it's just like you had the prettiest dew you've ever seen in your life, and we're all just going, this can't be for real. This just can't be for real, you know, because it's just kind of a dream come true to think that you could actually produce dew when you need it. Consistent leaf retention was unbelievable, and I mean, we're pretty happy with it. We didn't get some hay rained on, but our neighbors did this year, and I called one of our neighbors, Jeff Wood, who has a steamer, and I noticed that they'd been having trouble getting hay up, and then anyway, this one day he was out there baling, and I called him and says, how's that steamer working out there? And he said, I could kiss Dave Staheli right now. I mean, he was so excited. And I guess if you ask me what's my favorite thing about it, it's absolutely the versatility of being able to deal with so many different situations and have one thing that can change the game for you. I'm looking now to third crop. We've had a lot of moisture around here. What usually happens on third is we go out there and cut it and everything, and then as soon as the sun goes down, too wet. Then you get up and finally maybe around noon or 1, the dew comes off, then it's too dry. Guess what we're going to be doing this year at 1 o'clock? We're going to be baling hay. You know, that is exciting. We used to take about 7 to 8 days to bale all our hay. We've crunched it down to about a 4-day thing. That's huge.
It's consistent from the first bale I pull out of that barn to the last. The consistency in the bales is just unbelievable.
We talked to their driver, who was also must be tied in pretty closely to the head honcho down there, and he said, we love the steamed hay. When Don was baling with his dad was baling without a steamer, and he was baling with the steamer, and he said there was like 100 and something pounds difference on the same, you know, I'm talking about the same field, same day, but that's how much difference, you know, there was in the bale weight that time, and he verified it there at the scales for us. It was pretty interesting. You know, would I do it again if I had to borrow the money? Probably would. I'd say yes, because I think really in the long run, when you take everything into consideration, all the things that we've mentioned here, I think over time it will pay for itself. Oat hay's tough to read sometimes, and what we did this year was let it get dried. We waited that extra day to make sure it was really good and dry, and then we went out there and put steam to it. And this is true. I'm not buffaloing anybody about this. I've never gone out on a field of oats and not broken a bale because it's so, you know, spongy and everything. We didn't break a bale, not one bale with the steamer. And again, here we are out in the middle of the day, steaming oats, putting out these beautiful bales of hay. It just takes all the worry and stuff out of baling. It really does. So that's been a real positive thing for us. The biggest frustration in farm equipment is not being able to talk to somebody that understands, you know. And when I call, you know, when we call down there and talk to you guys, it's like, oh yeah, just do this, yeah, flip that, do this, you know, pull that screen off and clean that out, and everything will be fine, you know. Oh my heck, it's amazing. Beating storms, leaf retention, better quality hay. I think over time it's going to pay for itself, for sure.